Hello, what's up my cool dudes, I'm Dude and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. Today I am going to be profiling my DDD deck for you. Also, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Starting off, I run triple of the double D Savant Kepler. So Kepler, he is your searcher of the deck. When he's normal special summoned, I can activate one of these effects. I can only use one effect per turn. I can target one DD card I control, return to the hand, or its more important effect, it can add a Dark Contract card from your deck to your hand. So it helps thin out the deck and grabs you like Dark Contract with the gate to go off, get your combo pieces and continue your plays. Just move him out of the way. Next up I run 3 triple D Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarock. So Ragnarock, if this card's normal special summon, I can target one DDD in my graveyard, special summon it. I can only use that effect once per turn, and then I contribute one other once per turn. I contribute one other DD monster to target one monster my opponent controls and banish it. So just a bit of board clearing, and he is a level 8, so he does have perfect synergy with because I've run a lot more level 8s, and this is a build more catered towards pendulum summoning as well, so you love him. Next up I run for scale, I run double Savant Copernicus and double Savant Newton. So these are your low and high scales. Copernicus, when he is normal summoned or special summoned, I can send one DD card from my deck to the graveyard. And Savant Newton, I can discard this card, target one DD or Dark Contract in my graveyard, add it to my hand. I can only use that effect of Newton once per turn. So basically Newton's a Monster Reborn, Copernicus is a Foolish Burial, so they do help thin out the deck. And as I said, they are your pendulum scales, so you do, and this build does pendulum summon a little bit. Next up I run 2 of the Savant Thomas, Savant, however it's pronounced. With these guys, I have, well, basically, I can destroy one card in my Pendulum Zone, special summon a level 8 DDD from my deck. Can't remember if this effect's negated. No, any battle damage your opponent takes is halved for this turn, so you can destroy something in your Pendulum Scale, special summon Ragnarock from your deck, and voila, instant rank 8 Xyz play. Next up I run 1 Doom King Armageddon. I still love this card just because it is like the main boss monster of the deck. Once per turn, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can target one of those monsters, and then this card will gain attack points equal to that monster's attack until the end of the turn. And then this card cannot attack your opponent directly. Wait, did I read that right? During the turn the effect is activated, sorry. And it cannot be destroyed by spell and trap cards that target this card, so it has to be an indirect, so it can't target, so Dark Hole destroys it, whereas something like Tribute to the Doomed, for example, does not. Next up, 1 Chaos King Apocalypse. This guy is just in here because I can use him with Lamia to make Siegfried. His Pendulum effect reads, if you can bash 2 DD monsters from your graveyard, special summon this guy from the Pendulum Zone. His monster effect reads, during your opponent's turn, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target 2 face-up spell and trap cards you control. You cannot special summon monsters from the rest of this turn, except for fiend type monsters. And if you destroy those 2 spell and traps, and if you do special summon this card, you can only use this effect once per turn. So I just like him because, as I said, him with Lamia makes Curse King Siegfried, and that is just amazing. Because it's like, honestly, Siegfried is such a good DDD monster. So, and I do like making him a lot. But anyway, moving on to my non-pendulum monsters, I run 3 of the Swirl Slime and 3 of the Necro Slimes. Basically, slimes are there for fusions. Swirl Slime fuses from the hand, Necro Slime fuses from the graveyard, However, the effect that makes Swirl Slime a lot better than the Necro Slime is that he can actually banish himself from the graveyard to special summon a DD from your hand. Next up, I run 3 copies of the DD Lamia. Lamia is your main tuner monster of the deck. Discards in your hand or graveyard. Send 1 DD or Dark Contract card from your field to the graveyard to special summon this, but it is banished when it leaves the field. And you can only use that effect once per turn, but it does go for Synchro Place. And the final monster I run is 1 Double D Ghost. So with Ghost, if it's cast down to graveyard, target a DD monster in my graveyard, or Dark Contract in my graveyard, sorry, then I can send a copy of it to the graveyard. So if I've got Lamia in grave, I can send a second Lamia. If I've got Necro Slime, I can send another Necro Slime, etc. So I just like him, and he is a level 2 tuner monster, so he does allow you to go quickly into your White Armageddon. Your White Armageddon, he also allows you to go into High Gust King Alexander. It's really just what you want to do there. So that opens up for more Synchro Plays. Next card I run, moving on to spells, the next card is 3 Dark Contract with the Gate. Once per turn, just add a DD card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn, and then take 1,000 damage during your standby phase. All Dark Contracts really have that. It's just unavoidable, but you do run Oracle King Diarch in your extra deck, so it's not too bad. 1 Dark Contract with the Swamp King. This guy lets you fusion summon. You can also banish monsters from your graveyard to fusion summon using this card, so it ain't bad there, because it lets you bring out what's his name, Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarock so much quicker. Then I run 1 Dark Contract with the Yamimakai. I still love this card because I love playing a more pendulum based deck. Once per turn, I can activate one of these effects, and during my standby phase, take 1,000 damage. I can target 1 DD monster, pendulum monster in my graveyard and place it in Pendulum Zone, or I can target a pendulum monster, DD pendulum monster that's face up in my extra deck and put it in my Pendulum Zone. So it just helps complete scales for pendulum summons. That's the only reason I run it. I do not run the other one. Dark Contract with the Forbidden Entity, I believe. Dark Contract with the Entities. I just don't like it because you can only... I just don't like the way it runs, because to get the effect you want, you actually have to pull off a certain summoning, and if you can't pull off that summoning, you can't get the right effect off, and in cases you can lose the game. So I really do not like Entities. Especially with linked format now, you do not use the entity... like Entities is just a block, like a brick at this point, in my opinion anyway. Maybe your opinion's different, but for more spells I run 3 Allure of Darkness for draw power, 2 copies of the Wavering Eyes, because Wavering Eyes is back now. Well, it's been back for a while, but it's still a good card. The Wavering Eyes, I run a few pendulums in this deck, so it helps. Next up for spells, 1 Soul Charge, because getting monsters back from the graveyard to continue combos isn't fun. 1 for 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn's back, 1 for 1, get the Keplers and the Lamias, and Foolish Burial to send the Necro Slimes or the Swirl Slimes, depending on what you need for your play. Now moving on to traps, I run 1 Dark Contract with the Witch, which is just, honestly, I really don't like Witch at 1. I do want to cut it out, but you need to play it at 1. You can send 1 DD card or Dark Contract from your hand to the graveyard to target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect once per turn. And the only good thing about it is during your opponent's turn, all Fiend monsters will gain 1,000 attack. That really is the only thing I like about the card. But otherwise, I really don't see why I'm running it. I'd rather run like Solemn Warning, or I'd rather run a Scapegoat so I can go into the Borderlo play. The only reason I don't run Scapegoat is because the extra deck for this extra deck has Space Syndrome. You cannot fit everything you want to play in it. Final trap I want to run is one Quaking Mirror Force just for a bit of defense. If your plays go wrong or they strike at you, you've still got the Quaking Mirror Force to protect yourself. Anyway, moving on to extra decks. Double Genghis. Until Executive Genghis comes out, this guy is all we've got. Once per turn, if a DD monster is special summon, you can target DD monster in graveyard, special summon it. As I said, once per turn effect. And that's all you use him for. You use him to, there's tons of combos you could do with him. Too many to name off the top of my head. One Diarch, one Beowulf, and one Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarock. So Diarch, he just counteracts the whole you taking life points from your contracts. Beowulf is a he gives all your DD monsters piercing, and also during standby phase he can destroy all cards in the spell and trap card zone, which helps get rid of all those dark contracts that could eventually kill you. And Ragnarok is just your big guy in case you need him. For Synchro monsters I run one Gust King Alexander, one Curse King Siegfried, one High Gust King Alexander, and one White Armageddon. Honestly, I love the way the white and black Armageddon, dark Armageddon looks. I really hope we get purple Armageddon soon because I will be adding him to this deck. Next up, for the other two synchros I run one Odd-Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon and one Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Just, it's Meteor Burst and Crystal Wing. Meteor Burst, you can get a Pendulum monster from your Pendulum Zone onto your field, and Crystal Wing, everyone loves Crystal Wing, let's face it. For X, just a heads up, I'm not running Formula Synchron in the deck because I just don't like Formula Synchron in terms to Princess Sprite, but I'll get into that soon. For Xyz, I run one Duradorn King Kali-Yuga and one Dark Armageddon, just for high rank 8 plays. And if you can get White Armageddon, Black Armageddon, Dark Armageddon on the field, it's just amazing. Anyway, for your ranked run, I run the one Princess Sprite. So with Princess Sprite, you can detach, excavate, top card your deck. If it's a monster, send it to graveyard. Otherwise, if it's spell or trap, add it to your hand. I like this running Princess Sprite over the Formula Synchron because with Formula Synchron you are banishing the Lamia used to summon it if you special summon the Lamia back. But with Princess Sprite you can special summon back the Lamia from your graveyard with its own effect. Xyz for Princess Sprite, and it won't get banished after it is detached. But for the final card of the deck, we do run the one Master King Archfiend. Once per turn during your standby phase, pay 500 life points or destroy this card. And once per chain, if you pay life points, you can add one monster with equal attack or defense equal to the amount you pay from your deck to your hand. I actually don't have any monsters that fit the 500 life point criteria. 500 attack or defense criteria, sorry. I just run it there because it's a link to with 2 bottom zones, and it's just opens spots for me to Pendulum Summon. That's really the literal reason I run this guy, just to get some combos off. I would run Decode Talker, but Decode Talker is a link 3 and you do burn more resources in getting it out. But anyway, that is the end of my DDD deck profile. If you guys enjoyed this video, please show appreciation by smashing that like button down below. Don't forget, I almost said answer the question of the day again. I'm too used to doing Pokemon Let's Plays, as I said in the last video. But anyway, I am going to link to my Twitter and Instagram down in the description below, so please check me out in there. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here for now. So until next time, stay frosty.